What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today I want to talk about the Moonlit Avalon event, specifically about something that made the community rather angry. Well, we can say they were split about it, which were paid decorations for the Homestead. Then we for the first time see that. Not only were there now free ones in this Moonlit Avalon event, which you can find in your Homestead, in there you can actually obtain many cosmetics for free. For example, we see over here the Celestial Lunar Bell decor, some big bunnies, or those flowers, those are obtainable, and we see a lunar stool. And yeah, we can get a ton of those rewards in here by just playing the event. On top of that, they also put a decent amount of regular rewards in here, so we overall see, for example, stellar crystals. We have a very nice title, the Lunar Beloved title, a very nice frame, and a ton of essence in here, making it a pretty good event, I would say. But that wasn't really what made the people angry. What made the people angry was that we find a new pack in the shop, and this new pack is the Lunar Autumn Bundle. And in there are a ton of decorations for your homestead, starting off with like the big tree we already saw behind the bunny. This one is available in your Lunar Osmanthus, it is called. We have the Lunar Tea Table and the Lunar Bell Lantern. And it all lists Moonlit Avalon for the flowers as well. But me and I guess many others couldn't really find those in there. So it seems to be the case that even though this says Moonlit Avalon, the only resource you get this from is from this pack. On top of that, this pack also includes the plans for assumingly building those decorations after the event for the resources that are available commonly. So you can build all of those later. It includes 560 diamonds. And I have to say, there are multiple decorations in here that I haven't seen so far. I haven't seen the tree, this Lunar Osmanthus tree, the Lunar Tea Table, and neither the Lunar Bell Lantern. It says Osmanthus Blessing on top of Moonlit Avalon. Not too sure if we are going to see a way later on in the event maybe to find it. It's not yet listed on any of the reward screens. Then we also have the Lunar Screen. So far we only saw the stool and really the plans, which are not really that exciting. If you buy this pack, which we are going to do now for this video, of course, it will give you all of those rewards. It will save full on all of those. I hope it didn't delete anything of this. This is kind of strange, I have to say. Let's check it out, what it actually did. It should have given me access to those rewards. We can check out my backpack. Are those in there, I wonder? It says full. Very, very interesting. Ah, we can use all of those. Ah, new homestead recipe. Okay, so we are just going to use those very quickly. Oh, very interesting. We haven't really seen that before, I think. At least I don't remember we had such a mechanic before. We got like a recipe, a buyable thing that unlocked a buildable plan in the homestead. So now this should be available in the decoration workshop, and of course we can include now all of the requirements for it. There we have it, the Osmanthus. So to build the Osmanthus we would need 26k from a lumber mill, pretty well, the 8, how are they even called? Mirage orbs are of course kind of tough. This is kind of a lot, but it's, I guess, the biggest decoration that you have in there from this particular set. And they went for collections now, kind of. It is a collection, the Lunar Autumn collection. You get another 500 diamonds here on top of that. And of course, this also kind of means, if this stays the case, if you still need to buy those packs to get all of those decorations, then you would also only complete this collection from this specific event by buying this pack, which makes this pack decently high value, and many people kind of angry because they were hoping for Homestead to stay a free-to-play feature that they can use to just spend some time in the game and grind a little bit, I guess. So pretty, well, not comparably pretty high costs, I would say. Well, to something like this it is decent. I would say pretty normal, it's not really too fancy. We can check out the decorations in game. Okay, so there we go. It's basically the same that was also here at the table. So all of the things that were also at the table for the event are in this pack and you can get them. They are interactable, which I thought was rather interesting. You can click release and it gives you a Lunar Bell Lantern, which I wasn't aware of. Not sure if this is going to continue, if this has like a cooldown. Can we do this here as well? No. For the main one we can't do this. For this one we could just click release And it just gave me the lantern. It seriously gave me one? Yeah, look at that. There's another one here. Because this is the one that we had from the event. It's over here. And you can actually sit on the stool. So I don't know if this is a big thing for you guys, but this works as well. You can just move away here. And yeah, the flowers are in the pack, so everything that basically stands around here, that is the stuff that is in the pack. And so that is basically what you get. We can switch the time as well. Just go like this. A little bit of bad weather here. Oh, no bad weather outside of my homestead. That's kind of sad. So yeah, this stuff looks kind of cool. I mean, you can build more. And it's kind of interesting to see that you can get some of the cosmetics apparently from the tree, which I really didn't expect. Very, very weird. Okay, but let us talk about it a little bit. So on the one hand, I can definitely understand the people that say, well, it was basically the best free-to-play feature in the game, aside from the story, I would say. Which was fully free to play up until now, and something that was very well maintained actually throughout the game and even within the last updates. One example that I actually want to give for this are the decorations that we have in here. We now have the Night in Saltarine collection here, which looks absolutely gorgeous and is unlockable by level 20 decor workshop. So they have kind of planned in advance for you to have a very long grind here and to finally unlock those decors later on. And I think it's very, very cool that we get those seasonal cosmetics and stuff that kind of fits the season they are from. Maybe something we could get now as well for our current season. If they continue to do that, that would be very, very nice. But I also, when I first saw this, I was like, well, they will kind of want to monetize it. It makes only sense. It makes sense for a company, especially offering a free-to-play game, that they want to monetize their in-game assets to an extent. And of course, in the gacha game genre, monetization of skins is nothing new. We had this already. We had this, for example, in the Rosy Cosmetics, which I made a video about yesterday, where we have a new skin like twice a season and you can obtain it there. Many people like to use this feature, even go for extended pulls to get the recolored version of the same skin, which is kind of expensive. So people spend a lot of skins already in this game. Same, of course, for the skins for the hero. Stuff like Fresto is a selling point for the game. And so, in my opinion, it was foreseeable that something similar would occur in Homestead and that they were to go for this way and not keep this sole free-to-play feature that is not monetized at all, because, well, you kind of spend towards the development, and I mean, you could keep it as a free-to-play way. It's just, of course, that they rather make more money. So that is kind of, I guess, the idea here. For me personally, I saw it coming in a little bit in a different way. I saw like the collection, and you can check those out, by the way. For example, if you just go through the event page, there it is. I saw something like Night in Saltarine, and this was the point where I said, oh, if they now do like seasonal cosmetics, which kind of require a decent bit of effort, and do this in this well-designed manner, which, I mean, arguably this is really cool. I could really see this become like a gacha thing, where we get a Rosy Cosmetics for Homestead decorations. And just out of curiosity, I asked on the Yapala Discord a few people that were there if they were to spend on this, if they would spend on this, if there was a Homestead decoration Rosy Cosmetics style gacha in-game, which had really cool cosmetics. The assumption was that the cosmetics would be really cool, which, I mean, probably they would be kind of in some animated form. They would have to stand out. And there were actually a few people that said yes. Mostly the differentiation was if people already spend for Rosy Cosmetics for skins for their character, I saw the barrel that they also would probably spend for this too. So there is a market even in this regard for this feature. And so it isn't really too unexpected to me that they try to do it. Is it a fair way to do it for you to go into this event and only obtain a part of the rewards? Well, I personally am not a big fan of it, if I'm honest, because, well, I saw development on a different game. I personally also played Destiny 2, and the way, if you check out this game, there are different skins for your riding vehicle, which is called a sparrow in this game, and some other things like your character as well. And continuing the game, they kind of went away where more and more of the stuff that you can obtain went into a shop that they have, which is called the Eververse. And the part of the skins that they designed that were actually available for you free to play, or well, in the case of Destiny, which is a paid game, not even free to play in that sense, also for the paid players, that got smaller and smaller, and even to an extent that they had a discussion where they said, well, the cool skins might even reduce the sales of all other skins. So as soon as you start monetizing skins, you kind of open yourself to business discussions, is what I want to say. Yeah, you have to think about whether or not you want to put this skin in for free, or if you want to sell it. And even if you are a little bit crazy like the Destiny guys, even to the discussion whether or not the skin might be too cool to be released for free, in fear that it might reduce your sales of your otherwise very popular skins. For example, in the case of AFK Journey, that might be the rosy cosmetic skins. If you release a very cool normal skin, players might not go for this specific rosy cosmetic skin, especially if they are fairly similar. So that is something that you also open yourself up to. And in light of that, I'm kind of inclined to say that I more prefer well, a complete free-to-play approach where this stuff never enters even a sellable area. But I can understand very well that it is, of course, something they want to make money with, and that, of course, makes it valuable for them to sell them. For me personally, I would be okay not having that tree. I think the cosmetics that are like visibly available in the event, like the lunar stool and the plants, are a little bit lame. If it's seriously the case that you can't unlock the recipes in the game, which I haven't seen any way to do so yet, then I think it kind of sucks as well, because that again puts pressure on the player, and that is something they quite commonly do. The strategy is to say to the player, well, you've now played the Moonlit Avalon, and you try to obtain, like, I don't know how many flowers. You got like 20 or something, let's say it's 20, and now the event is gone, and now you want to complete your field. Well, sadly that won't work, and this kind of is something that players understand, and that's in question. Well, what do I do if I want to get like another 4 vermilion chrysanthemum because my homestead just doesn't look good otherwise? Well, it's really just a pack. I would even assume that they sell the pack later on, that it just enters cosmetics and is available there as well. I don't know that yet, we don't have confirmation, but I could see them do that, and they just say, okay, if you want to have more of the flowers, well, there is your way. So that kind of puts pressure on the players, which I don't think is really that cool, not really a good thing. And again, that we don't know whether or not it will be available is of course pressure in itself. You have the fear of missing out, FOMO. You think, okay, well, what do I do if I later on can't get my 3 purple flowers or whatever, my 3 yellow flowers in this case? Well, you don't know if the pack is available, you don't know if the pack comes back, and this is something that they use quite often. And AFK Journey is actually quite insane in the regard of like psychological things that they do, and they use many different ways to actually make you think stuff is good value. We covered it in one of my previous videos where we talked about that you can't even really tell what the price of one stellar crystal is, because it varies in every single pack, and no pack is here that really says, okay, I'm decently value and I just include rate up letters. It is always rate up letters plus 100 title essence plus a bunch of diamonds, and suddenly you don't really understand the value anymore. You can just go by, okay, look at that, it's like 2,500 and it includes 60, and this is 1,250 and it includes 40, so this is better value if I just go for rate up. But it's confusing. It is rather confusing, and this is of course intentional. They could just sell you rate up tickets in the same way they could just go ahead and just say, okay, we sell you those decorations. No, they put them in some kind of pack here, make it confusing, make it so that you think you might miss out, don't tell you whether or not this pack is still there. And that is the part that I really don't like. I don't mind them selling Homestead decorations necessarily. I mean, of course, they have to do some kind of monetization for this game, so I understand this, but like, it says limited time bundle, they put the flame on it, they made it kind of weird so that you look at it and then you think, okay, it says Moonlit Avalon, so is it somewhere in the event? They made it confusing, and all of that is something I don't like. So that is really the end of my opinion on this. I would really care about your opinion on it. We have one more part that I want to show you guys. They also introduced those packs. Again, not the biggest fan of packs usually. They have pretty good value on those, so I was planning on buying them, and I thought I would also show you the limited frosted lights, as it kind of fits the topic. I thought we would combine this. So for those, we have 50 of those. Those can give you one of the rewards. We will use them, and I will show it to you. They also have a pretty decent amount of stellar crystals in here, plus some diamonds, and we can get them, of course, for fairly cheap with the dragon crystals from LD Shop. Because LD Shop is your best source of dragon crystals. You can get the cheapest dragon crystals anywhere in this shop. You get a 15% discount coupon and a 5% discount coupon if you register an account right now through the link down in the description, which will make this even cheaper. It's absolutely crazy. Also, I've never before seen so many regular discount coupons on a site like this. They will just send you discount coupons over and over, which I think is still quite insane. Usually when I log in, I have at least a 5% discount coupon, making them even cheaper, even though they already have the best prices. So definitely check out LD Shop through the link down in the description. Let's continue with the video. So let's get those packs, 3,200 over here, and then of course for the rate up, Isabel is coming up. We buy this pack as well, which is pretty high value, and then let's try our luck. Well, I guess it's luck, it's also a gacha again for the pulls. So maybe a little bit of a test for later. So we have 55 over here. You can click them one by one. We can also, can we quick select? No, you have to hold the button. Okay, we can hold the button. Do we just do 30? I don't even know. What does happen? Okay, we got a Celestial Lunar Bell decor. And we got like 60 shards over here, and we got 90 of those. So every single time you open this, you get one of those limited lunar pastry boxes. Well, 3 of those limited lunar pastry boxes, which you can also craft and build in game. And then you have the Celestial Lunar Bell decor, which depends like on your chance to get it. As far as I understand it. So that is always a little bit of an RNG thing. They explain it also. They would explain it here, but I can no longer open it. Wait. So there it is. They will grant you a special gift that contains a 4-star lunar pastry box times 3. Okay, we got that. Celestial Lunar Bell shard times 2. So 60 shards for 30 of those boxes that we used, and there is a 2.7% chance, so very, very low chance, to include the Celestial Lunar Bell decoration. And it's guaranteed within 60 gifts, and when you obtain it, this resets the counter. So we have, is it 15 on the counter? I don't even know. It's kind of tough to see. So let's use the rest of our 25 here. 25. Let's try this out. Let's see if we get another one. Are we lucky? It looks like we're lucky. There we are. We got another one. Actually pretty lucky. That's pretty crazy. And then of course we have those. Yeah, this will take a while. Okay, 99 you can serve at once, which will give us a Gilded Lunar Bell decor. Okay. And yeah, you also get the decorations in here. So it's like you can obtain some of them. Really, the selling point is not that you get them one time, it's that you get the recipe to build them later outside of the event. That is really the crazy part. And we have pastry thieves. Okay, just set up a team. I heard those guys are very squishy, so we'll see. They do a little bit of damage. It's not like they don't do any damage. Look at that. Chimera lost like 10%, but they went. My god. They're just gone immediately. Rewards obtained. Yeah, we got some shards here. Okay. Skip this story part. Every time we basically attack them, we use up a battle token. So we kind of need support, I guess, to actually clear them in the end. And I guess if you help your friends out with those, that's kind of right. Oh, they actually spawned the box in the fight. That is fancy. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. How many of those do we have? We don't have any. Refreshes daily Moonlit Avalon store. So yeah, I just wanted to show this to you guys. I thought it would be interesting. We have, I guess, one more at least of those for the shards here. To get the shards? Yeah, there we go. How many of those do we need? So we have 116. Those are actually the shards, and you need 60 to get one. So making it fairly easy to actually obtain one, and I think it's also the only use that you have for those. And now we already have like 2, and we got a ton of loot. We have 16,600 for real. That's a lot of loot. I can just say it like this. Probably all of the stellar crystals plus the frame plus the title. As it was, and we have even some extra, which is pretty crazy. So we can still go and get ourselves some of the Twilight Essence, or we can go for Temporal Essence. I need the Temporal Essence. So let's quickly get that. And yeah, so it is an event where you get a ton of loot. If you whale on it, you get it even faster. So for whale, it's not really a bad event at all. But we have the discussion with the Homestead, and I guess everybody must have their own opinion on this. But I would like to hear yours down in the comments while we place our decorations over here. And place our giant, oh my god, those are big. Can we flex here a little bit? We can flex here a little bit, guys. So let's do that. And we have the 4x4, the smaller ones. There we go. And then we have to make this kind of look nice, which I have no idea yet how we are going to do this. But yeah, prosperity plus 3,400. You can sit down on them. Oh, those are like a bench. Ah, okay. And that's pretty cool. I don't know if you want this every single day, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, let me hear your opinion down in the comments below. Other than that, definitely subscribe to the channel, and I wish you a great day. I'll see you in the next one.